Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. I am the majestic Snare and this is my disembodied voice, coming at you with a review of a game that I caught by accident and I kind of like, so I thought I'd share it with you. Not to ruin the review slash first impressions slash early access, let's not get too excited, slash is it worth your money. But this is a video editing game. It's a live broadcast editing game that is got an immense amount of polish on it. To be fair, I mean everything in the gaming environment you're twiddling with, like the power management there, and the VHS tapes for your adverts. I'm just laughing because it's still reminding me of some of the adverts. That's kind of fucking strange, but certainly this game is based on a nice amount of polish, a great concept, and it's executed pretty damn well. To be fair, for what it is. Remember, this is in early access, so the actual content is quite limited. You're only experiencing kind of 3 levels in this particular outing, so it has got stuff coming in an episode 2, kind of episodic drops. It does seem to have a narrative or a story based around the stories you're covering, etc. But the basic mechanic is that you have 4 camera feeds, you have a sensor button, and you have a mini game on the right hand side there that is your kind of signal strength. You're navigating a little dot between lots of geometric shapes. So the core gameplay is very, very engaging. The fact that you're editing a live broadcast to make sure that the shots are interesting, and they switch between focus points and focusing on who's talking and avoiding stuff you don't want to be showing. This is a point for my co-host Lee. There is a sporting event and there are some naked people running about in it, so I won't show it on the video for YouTube reasons, but just know that it's there. Okay, Lee, so you might want to pick this title up. Now, it is only 10 quid on Steam, and I would imagine that that's going to increase with time as more content is added to the game. The power management on the left hand side there, not really used as much, or having to switch things around or whatnot in the game so far. That might come with a future update. And once I've finished the, I'd say, 2 hours worth of gameplay, there was a message from the developers just saying thank you and signifying there is an episode 2 coming. So I am looking forward to seeing what they do with the episode 2, especially with the ideas and the kind of concept that this game has. Yeah, your audience retention is shown at the top there by a kind of a red, amber and green bar with a little arrow with green spikes saying I'm doing a good job. So I'm on air, good job, nice one, good jobs there. I would definitely recommend this game to people. It's got an overwhelmingly positive review status on Steam at the moment from about 1,000 people, so that's a good starting point, and I do think that it probably warrants it. There's a few things I'm not a massive fan of, but I am kind of ambivalent about. Some of the acting that you might be able to see or hear underneath my review voice here, but some of the acting is a little bit wooden or a little bit strange and forced. But I think most of the main characters do a fairly good job. I would probably say that the quirkiness of some of the stories you're covering ends up being quite good and fitting. There's a sports event that is, to me, completely and utterly based on Numberwang from the Mitchell and Webb look sketch show, where it's just completely out there. The rules make no sense, and it's almost like it's just ad-libbed. But you're obviously monitoring and changing your views around from the camera feeds to make sure that it's something that is attractive to watch for the algorithm that's judging your gameplay, as well as being bizarre and in the back of your mind wondering what the hell is going on with this stuff. So I am a massive fan of what it's trying to do and the concept that it has, and it has been executed pretty well. And one of the things I can think of as a potential for the future, not to mention the story, I would like a much more kind of maybe gritty and meaningful and consequential story. Something that is kind of maybe relating back to you as a character of the game, rather than just the cleaner that arrives at the start and gets told to run the nightly news because someone else can't make it. I would much rather see something that is kind of brought back home to you in the future episodes. But also, if you're thinking bigger, this is a mechanic, this is a way of showing content. So perhaps even if you got into bed with some of the bigger production companies of, I don't know, a series or a film that would like to take a chance and do something quirky themselves, maybe have those 4 feeds made from, I don't know, behind the scenes of like the Avengers Endgame film type situation, or something that people want to kind of get involved with in terms of this game if it had the popularity. So it might be worth something for the developers to think about, and I think it would fit really well as a nice homage if you had the chance to edit something with real footage or, you know, topical event stuff as a side mission type scenario, not necessarily part of your main narrative, but certainly it could be from another random studio with a slightly different skin on it. Maybe you know, doing foreign films where you can't actually understand what's going on unless you do speak the language, or something in space. It could have so many options to just tweak it and make it another package. I wouldn't necessarily say you have to buy it all again, but it would be something interesting to play around with. Now you can see down in the bottom right hand corner there, there's some geometric shapes causing me having to scroll the little white dot up and down to make sure it doesn't get caught and my signal strength goes away. And it's just as a gameplay thing, I really have enjoyed my time with it. I think for £10 on Steam, and you're only getting 2 hours at the moment, it's maybe a little bit overpriced, but you know, you're paying for a potential series here. It is early access, so you have to keep that in mind, and you know, it might change as time goes on. I really have enjoyed my time with it. I have had a lot of I suppose I can say it's a bit of a draw to come back and play it. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot to, you know, when things go wrong, then there's, you know, you have to keep your eyes on the board. It does have a feel of that Five Nights at Freddy's kind of angle, where it's a static point and you're flipping between viewpoints, whereas that's doing it through individual cameras. It's not quite the same element, but it's got some similarities, and it's not quite a watch something and choose your own adventure kind of game either, because there's not really the ability to change that video once it's been recorded. It's not like Super Seducer that we reviewed a few years ago now, where you watch this piece of video and then you would answer a question and then it would show the result. It's not quite like that. You're editing it in real time, and that's part of the game. I just think some of the acting is a little bit wooden, and that's really my own down point, but it doesn't affect the gameplay. It's still fun to play, so I'll give them a pass on that one. I have really had a good time with it. I just would like to recommend it to you, and making it very clear, you're getting 2 hours of gameplay for basically 10 quid. And if you are going to be looking at this game, you do get to see all of the actual feeds and footage and adverts. You can watch those after you've got through a particular segment. So if you did not have time to listen to an advert, or listen to some of the feeds that are coming through when people are swearing and having a go and shouting and getting naked and all kinds of weird stuff you want to avoid from broadcasting, hence the fucking name, then you can do that. So there's a little bit of extra stuff there, and as I said, the developers seem to be pointing towards an episode 2, so I'm looking forward to that. Let me know what you think of the game down in the comments. I didn't want this to be a massively long video, just to go through the kind of feel of the game and what I would rate it. Definitely it gets I'd say a 7 out of 10 for me. It's got heaps of potential, absolutely heaps, but right now I don't think it's in that spot of huge amounts of potential. It's quite limited, but that's what we'd have to expect with a singular, first episode if they've broken this out into chunks. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Please do also like and subscribe if you want to, because that will help us out a great deal. And we have videos coming out every Wednesday and Saturday, so check back then for some more awesome content. So yeah, that's that. It's going to be fantastic. I'm just enamoured with this little game. I think it's beautiful, really good fun, and I look forward to seeing more of it. So while I leave you with one of those adverts playing on the right hand side there of the screen, the crazy man in a crazy jacket, I will leave you in peace. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, love you. Bye bye.